Man, hello everybody, welcome to another great episode of Hillbilly Select Reviews. I'm here with Isaiah and what the well, hell of it. We're gonna start without him. You know what? We'll start pouring.
What, I don't.
Where's the chili dog screwed up? He took off with the bourbon.
What,
Chili dog, get in here.
What are you gonna do without the bourbon, huh?
Nothing.
What are you gonna do without the
What you bring
bourbon?
us? What is it? What is it? Seriously.
Okay, so we're gonna do. Hey, we got the McKenna's twins. Here we go.
Ooh.
We got the 10-year bottled and bond, 100 proof, and then we're gonna see what's up with the regular McKenna, which I've heard good things about.
Well,
as
let me ask you this. This is obviously 10 years and bottled in bond.
Mm-hmm.
We know the rules. This is how old?
Educate me, man. I know absolutely
It is
nothing
4
about
years
that.
old.
4 years.
And this about $40 if you don't get raped. And this about 16? Damn. Now, so is this that much better? And you're not gonna. You can get this for 16 every day. People are paying a lot for that.
Now, I'm just curious. Now, this is an honest question because I've never had that. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I've never had that before. And I see now that on the bottle it says it's sour mash.
Yes.
Is that correct? Turn that around. Does that say? So, okay, so
Yes.
it does say sour mash.
Yes.
Do we know? Okay, so that right there is going to be interesting itself because I don't have a lot of sour mashes, so I'm looking forward to that.
This is actually gonna be my first. I think a sour mash. I don't think I've had one before.
Well,
Never think of.
would you like me to pour yours?
I'll pour mine.
You pour
myself.
yours? Yeah, you will.
Let me pour mine.
You fell asleep last time I
I
was
sure
pouring.
did. I totally missed that.
Well, if you haven't seen it, check out our Cristalino with the Jose Cuervo for this guy.
He didn't say. when-
Yeah, it's on there. It's on there.
So
Oh, yeah. Secondary market. This McKenna goes for about $100.
You know what? You're
And
right.
you can get this all day long for under 20. No, everybody. But that's some people can't get it. So we're gonna see if it's worth. I know it ain't gonna be worth it.
I tell you who did get it.
Well, yeah.
Hillbilly Select Reviews
Sure.
got this
Absolutely.
bad boy right here.
You want to pour your own, or do you want?
I tell you what, I know how you are, you sly guy. I'm gonna pour my own. How about that? Go ahead and suck on these chili dogs. I'll tell you right
go
now.
ahead and pour this one for me.
Little tipsy turvy. Don't worry, I'll mop up later. We ain't worried about it. Okay, here we go.
Now you got a
Here
screw
it is.
cap.
Now
screw
this
cap,
this bad
and a
boy right
cork.
here. I don't know if you guys know this. He just said it. This bad boy right here really does go for 100 plus on the market. I saw it the other day online on Facebook. It's crazy. I've had it a couple of times. It is really good juice, but it is really good juice if you can catch it at the right price.
Yeah.
This is really going up there online as far as just hitting the market at inflated sales. So, it's always awesome to have it, knowing that I personally did not pay $100 for it. So
Now, and let me say this: we just did a blind tasting with this Buffalo Trace and Wolcott. Very interesting. You got
that Wolcott surprised me. So
And speaking of $100, this thing has a $100 kind of $100 bill right
look at that. That's pretty nice. It's got the gray. It looks exactly like a $100 bill. Maybe that's hitting us something. I don't know.
All right.
Maybe this was planned. Oh wait, it's not a Buffalo Trace product. My bad. Not planned.
Well, while you're doing that, I want to see something.
So I went ahead and started.
You looking at the color?
Looking at the color.
Yeah, 'cause this is 10 years.
Yeah, well, so this is dark in itself,
And you
but
can't add coloring.
you can't add color. No, bourbon
It's close.
legally cannot have added
This
color.
should be a hell of a lot darker.
Yeah,
Say it again, Mike. Yeah.
bourbon can
Right.
legally not have
Right.
any added color or added any flavor.
It does look darker in the glass.
What you see right there is the legal way that it can be,
Right.
distilled. So. The color, for it being 5 plus 6 years apart, the color right there is
very
almost, I can kind of see a little bit more amber here, but the color is actually not too far off.
Too far from
I
you.
noticed on the white coaster in the glass. I do notice it's darker. I can tell that, but it's close enough when it's a big thing.
Well, I can't. That's just
You can't?
I'm a drunk, so I don't know what you want from me,
Oh, I
man.
can't.
I'm not a color major, so
Well,
I'm gonna take your word on it because you are the man and you know what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
well, let's.
So do we take a?
We're going number one. Let's do it. So this is the regular McKenna,
Mhm.
nosing it down.
And by the way,
You getting anything off of that, Isaiah? I've got a lot of different things going on. What you got?
There's absolutely a lot of going on. There's a little sweetness in there. I'm trying to pinpoint maybe a little vanilla that I'm getting from it.
I think you're right on that. 100%.
Not a strong alcohol smell. Maybe it's there, but it's not overwhelming or anything.
Yeah, you're spot on that for sure.
Yeah, it smells pretty good. And this is the
Now correct me if I'm wrong, because my nose ain't too great these days, but you get a little raisin in there, maybe, like a little bit.
raisin, date, maybe.
Date's a good call right there.
Now, I'll tell you something interesting.
Yes, sir.
Do them both and see what you
Okay, here we go. That's what
Just
you
smell.
said. Let's do them both.
Now,
They are. I'm gonna hold my reservations until we try them both. But just right off the cuff, right now, I'm gonna say the nose is completely different. It is not even close to similar.
I'm getting
And this one is way better.
The second is coming off very smooth with some almost velvety sweetness there.
And it's richer.
Richer. Richer's 100%.
Way richer. Yeah.
And yeah, I'm getting the little of the oak.
Tell you what, for the ladies,
Smell.
for the ladies out here.
You get oak.
Yeah.
I like that because I'm getting it too, and that further
Cheap
represents the tenure on
Yeah,
this. That's
expensive
good.
perfume.
Solid. Are we ready to dive
Speaking
into
of
this first
perfume,
one?
I've said this every time. Splash a little stuff behind your ears, ladies.
We'll splash a little
Sure,
bit.
dog. We
Get
trying
these
to
two clowns.
compare. And he's over talking about perfume.
All right, well, all right, let's go.
All right, let's go. First one, we're going down. Here we go. For it being a rough 4-year, that's pretty smooth.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of a backburn there that you would expect for something that price range, but it does go through and through smooth for sure.
So going back to what I said before. When we say smooth, what do we mean as far as definition to you? What do you mean by
So
smooth?
for me personally, smooth is coming out as nothing is really penetrating the wall there as far
Okay.
as over the top. There's nothing really over the top. Everything is kind of even keel as far as, you've got some good taste in there. You've definitely got some alcohol in there. But nothing is really, just bursting through that third wall there. It's really kind of level playing field.
Here's what I'll say about this.
He's going to say it. Listen up.
No, it's actually tasty, but it's a little too light for me.
I get that.
And we drink some very powerful, flavorful, high proof, Bauer proof, 130 proof. And
Now-
that's going to happen when you get used to those. So maybe that's just because I'm used to those big things.
Now, that's what she said. Hey, it's funny, it's funny that you should say, really light, because I almost kind of get a blended taste. It's not blended, but I almost kind of get that blended whiskey.
Well, actually, this one, bonded isn't blended because to be
Right.
bonded,
Right.
it has to be from a single distillery
Correct.
in a single distilling year, amongst other things.
Right.
This one can be blended from different barrels from different.
Absolutely. Let me
So-
reiterate. I just meant.
But I know what you meant, compared, like a Scotch compared to a single malt.
Yeah, well, kind of like an American whiskey,
Right.
kind of like a rye, blended whiskeys,
Well,
such can
let's
be.
taste and see if it really is light compared to this.
Before we go to that,
Oh,
back to this one here.
Absolutely.
Not what I expected.
okay. What's
Just
why?
because I've tried the 10-year before,
Right.
and I've talked about how smooth it was, and hopefully I get the same reaction when I taste it again. But being that it's 10 years compared to what was it 4,
Yeah.
so I was not expecting the flavors that I'm getting from this right
So
now.
this is surprisingly good.
This is surprisingly good. I was thinking of this, and just
And
being
right off
biased
the
to
bat,
And this is good to hear. Because
I
what's
bet
the
you
price
pick.
tag on it again?
That's what I'm going to say.
15, 16.
So for there's no way in hell this is going to be. This already smells better,
Yeah.
and it might taste better, but it's not going to be tasting no 2, 3, 4 times better. It just that isn't. Well, we'll see here in a second. But so if you take that into account, this might be your winner. If you just take pure, I don't give a shit about price. We'll see. I'm thinking this will be. We'll see here.
Let's see what we got.
That's
Yeah, it's actually it's twice as good.
Yeah,
It's twice.
What you say?
It may not be worth 100, but it's worth the 40 something.
Now, gentlemen, some of the best guys I've known, humor me for a little bit. Let's see what this bad boy does when you drop a little H2O in there.
Right,
Because
let me put a little more.
I tell you what, she tends to open up a little bit. And
That's
she's
what-
already
that's what
running
she
pretty
said.
high, so I'd love to see what she can do when you give her the, you know, the full
You say
feel
that to
here.
all the girls.
That's exactly what I did. Oh my God, I'll tell you what.
All right, so we're gonna pour a
Just a
splash.
little bit, just a cap.
I know.
Yep,
Not even
right
a cap,
in
I'm
there.
just
Yep, you know how to do it. Boom.
Just a drop. All right.
Yeah, that's a good sound right there.
So, all right. So now we're gonna see if we've brought it down to the 80 or 90. I mean, I don't know.
We're just gonna see what it does.
First of all, I
because
could open
it's
it up
always,
and see.
No, 100%, and it's always good to try it this way because a lot of times people will have this stuff on the rocks, you know, in a cocktail. I hope you're not having 100 proof in a cocktail, but if you are, you know, you got the ice, you got the soda, you got the whatever. So it's good to kind of try it, you know, open it up a little bit.
You know, let me say this. I don't drink a lot. I drink almost everything like we're drinking it right now.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes I can see why people use a big, bold, expensive one in a cocktail because that high proof, barrel proof could shine through some of the ingredients in the cocktail. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want it to wash. Like this might be, I already said this is a little soft. It may be gone
Yeah, exactly.
in a cocktail.
Yeah.
Whereas this might say, hello,
Oh, yeah.
bourbon here, let me in. Damn, I just did.
Obviously, I don't have a dog.
I'm still kind of surprised with this.
Cleaning my palate a little bit
Now,
with the water. So I'm
Took a
gonna-
hair burn away, and I'm getting all butterscotch. And guess what I like? Butterscotch.
This guy, he likes everything. You should have seen him with the Kool-Aid last week.
Sure.
So,
Oh, is it
let me
okay?
go and do my.
All right. Is it worth? Is it worth what? Is it worth?
Now, let's review the
well,
price tags real quick. What do we got on this?
16,
16,
What do we got on this?
40, good.
40-ish. Now,
I can say
for
right now,
40 something-
unequivocally, I'm going to say right off top of the bat.
wait.
Okay, I'm waiting for you.
I was gonna say, are we talking MSR? Is that what it's called? Or are we talking secondary?
We are talking strictly how we have it, how we received it,
Okay.
which is it's retail price. Okay,
Yeah.
so we don't want you guys going on.
All right. Who wants to go? I got an answer right now, but I'll let you know.
Hey man, you are the guy. Let's hear it.
Well, my answer, and I already said it, is yeah, it's worth it.
It is absolutely.
This right here, it doesn't take me a second to guess it. I mean, this is worth it. Just based off of the price, you know, 15, 14, 13, wherever you're at. You're going to get it for that price.
That's worth $16
16
all day long.
It's worth it all day long. Now, this one right here may be what the people are on the fence about, but let me reassure
No, that's
you,
worth 42 all day.
it is 100% worth it.
Yeah,
I would buy
no
it.
doubt about it.
I
Okay.
didn't buy it thanks to hillbillyselectreviews.com,
I bought it, but
but this right here is still worth it for me.
So absolutely, I would buy this.
This right here, what?
See, I would buy this. I know that some people have their idea of what they would call their mixer bourbons.
Mm.
You know, just use it. I can mix with this, but I can also drink this one straight. It's still, like I said, that's what was surprising to me. It still has pretty good flavor in it. Doesn't stick out as long, but it's still got pretty good flavor, which was surprising. But this right here, yeah,
This right here is what I would call a fireplace bourbon. So
There you
what
go.
that means to me specifically is I'm not putting it in anything but a glass and maybe,
All right.
depending on the weather, some ice. This right here, I personally don't drink it, but for anybody out there who does do cocktails, this would work perfect in your bourbon and Coke. It would work perfect in your Manhattan. This right here would serve you well in anything you wanted to put in, but it would also do the job, as I just said, as a fireplace bourbon for me.
and here's my answer. If I can get this all the time for $40, 45, whatever, I would mix it, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because I think the extra strength, once again, would punch through, and for $40, not that that's cheap, it's still, and I don't drink a lot of mixed drinks, so I would still throw it in there.
Yeah.
And I can sip it the way I like to sip it, which is what you're looking at.
Yeah.
So I can sip it 90% of the time like this, and when I do a cocktail rarely, I might as well just use it. I have it. I wouldn't buy this also. But if I can't get it and all like that,
But
then I could see using this, because this is also a great sipper for $16. First of all, for $16, okay, this will never not be on my. I mean, never not be on. Okay, because it's worth a lot more. Now, would you guys hunt this down?
so that was a good question right there, because I'm thinking of someone who would wait in line 5 o'clock in the morning for the liquor store to open up just to see if they have the McKenna. I personally would not hunt for it, but if I happen to come upon it, I consider myself lucky, because that's
Well, I tell you,
That's a great
I
price.
feel that. Let me give it to
So
you
what's
how
your
I
answer
feel.
to that then? That's very
My
good.
answer to that is, it's very cut and dry. Would I hunt for the 10-year? The
Right.
answer is no, and the reason why is because this right here is always available.
Yeah.
That's why.
All right, now.
If I see this, I'm gonna get it, but am I gonna go out of my way? Absolutely not, because I don't have to go out of my way for this one right here, which is
And
not bad.
here's my answer. No, and I'll tell you why. Because I can go in certain stores around here. Now, we live in Kentucky.
Yeah.
And I can find
Lucky us.
unbelievable stuff. I don't have to hunt for a damn thing.
Right.
Now, I have some contacts, okay? And we all do. And so I can get pretty much anything I want. But if I couldn't and I had to hunt it, I'm not hunting for anything. Because the stores around here, I could get stuff that's so unbelievable, and they're all going to be on this channel. I know this is like my 60th bourbon one under my playlist. Okay, so I'm not hunting. I'm not standing in line. I'm not doing a damn thing. If I walk in, it's there. I'll buy it. If it ain't, I'll get one of the other 50,000 delicious bourbons. And how do you know if it's good? How do you know if it never did? Because you watch the show. And when you watch the show, we're going to tell you. We're going to show you. We're going to put them up against these hunters.
I'll tell you what,
We're
right
gonna see
now,
what happens.
you're hearing it first. This guy right here is the man. He has got so much going on his channels. If you don't subscribe right now, you are missing out, because he has got so much bourbons under this. I mean, we are talking days and days worth. I mean, you can't get enough.
Can't get enough.
We've got a lot going on, and we've got a lot more coming your way. So.
make sure you tell your friends.
Cheers, everybody.